my dear students, welcome to Teacher at Home. Today class we are going to learn the second part. The most common fire extinguisher is water. But water works only when things like wood and paper are on fire. അതായത് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല തീ കെടുത്തുന്ന ഒരു ഉപകരണം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വെള്ളമാണ്. പിന്നെ വുഡും മരവും പേപ്പറൊക്കെയാണ് ആണെങ്കിലാണ് ഇത് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാറ്. If electrical equipment is on fire, water may conduct electricity and harm those trying to douse the fire. Water is not suitable for fires involving oil and petrol. Do you recall that water is heavier than oil? So it sinks below the soil and oil keeps burning on the top. For fires involving electrical equipment and inflammable materials like petrol, carbon dioxide is the best extinguisher. Carbon dioxide, being heavier than oxygen, covers the fire like a blanket. Since the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, the fire is controlled. Added advantage of CO2 is that in most cases it does not harm the electrical equipment. How do we get the supply of carbon dioxide? It can be stored at high pressure as liquid in cylinders. In what form is the LPG stored in cylinders? When released from the cylinder, carbon dioxide expands enormously in volume and cools down. So it not only forms a blanket around the fire, it also brings down the temperature of the fuel. That is why it is an excellent fire extinguisher. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് കാർബൺ ഡയോക്സൈഡ് എക്സ്പാൻസ് നോർമലി കൂൾസ് ഡൗൺ ഒരു ബ്ലാങ്കറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഫയറുടെ ചുറ്റും ഒരു ബ്ലാങ്കറ്റ് ആയിട്ടാണ് അത് ഫോം ചെയ്യുക. Then another way to get carbon dioxide is to release a lot of dry powder of chemicals like sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, or potassium bicarbonate. Near the fire, these chemicals gives off carbon dioxide. Most cases cannot be eliminated. If, for instance, a building catches fire, whole building is the fuel. Types of combustion. Bring a burning matchstick or a gas lighter near a gas stove in the kitchen. Turn on the knob of the gas stove. What do you observe? We find that gas burns rapidly and produces heat and light. Such combustion, പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ അത് കത്തിപ്പിടിക്കും അല്ലേ? അതിനെയാണ് rapid combustion എന്ന് പറയുക. There are substances like phosphorus which burn in air at room temperature. Type of combustion in which a material suddenly bursts into flames. ഒരു മെറ്റീരിയൽ പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ ഫ്ലെയിം ആവുകയാണ്. Without the application of any apparent cause, it is spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion of coal dust has resulted in many disastrous fires in coal mines. Spontaneous forest fires are sometimes due to the heat of the sun or due to the lightning strike. However, most forest fires are due to the carelessness of human beings. It is important to remember that the campfires must be completely extinguished before leaving a forest after picnic. അപ്പോൾ ക്യാമ്പ് ഫയർ ഒക്കെ സമയത്ത് തീയൊക്കെ കെടുത്തിയിട്ട് വേണം എപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ കാട്ടിൽ നിന്നൊക്കെ വരാൻ. Okay. We generally have fireworks on festival days. When a cracker is ignited, sudden reaction takes place with the evolution of heat, light and sound. A large amount of gas formed in the reaction is liberated. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു റിയാക്ഷനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുക എക്സ്പ്ലോഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുക. Can also take place if pressure is applied on the cracker. Flame. Observe an LPG flame. Can you tell the color of the flame? Recall your experiences of burning a magnesium ribbon in class 7. Do I have experience of burning remaining items? You can do it now. Structure of a flame. Light a candle. Hold a 4 to 5 centimeter long thin glass tube, the pair of tongs, and introduce at one end of a dark zone of the non-flickering candle flame. Bring a lighted matchstick near the other end of the glass tube. Do you see a flame caught at the end of the glass tube? Notice the wax near the heated wick melts quickly. When the candle flame is steady, introduce a clean glass plate and slide into the luminous zone on the flame. Hold it with a pair of tongs for about 10 seconds and remove it. The substance which vaporizes during burning give flames. For example, kerosene oil and molten wax rise through the wick and are vaporized during burning and form flames. Charcoal, on the other hand, does not vaporize, so does not produce a flame. Could the vapors of wax coming out of the glass tube be the cause of the flame produced? A circular blackish ring is formed in the glass plate and slide. It indicates the deposition of unburned carbon particles present in the luminous zone of the flame. Hold a thick long copper wire just inside the non-luminous zone of flame for about 30 seconds. Notice that the portion of the copper wire just outside the flame gets red hot. Does it indicate that the non-luminous zone of the flame has a high temperature? Part of the flame is the hottest part. Hottest part, moderately hotter, least hot, wax candle, outer zone of complete combustion, middle zone of partial combustion, innermost zone of unburned wax vapors. Goldsmith blow the outermost zone of the flame with a melted blowpipe for melting gold and silver. Why do they use the outermost zone of the flame? What's the fuel? Recall that the sources of heat energy for domestic and industrial purposes are mainly wood, charcoal, petrol, kerosene, etc. These substances are called fuels. A good fuel is one which is readily available, it is cheap, it burns easily in air at a moderate rate. It produces large amount of heat. It does not leave behind any undesirable substances. There is probably no fuel that could be considered as an ideal fuel. We should look for a fuel which fulfills most of the requirements for a particular use. Fuels differ in their cost. Some fuels are cheaper than others. Make a list of fuels similar to you. Fuel efficiency. Suppose you are asked to boil a given quantity of water using cow dung, coal and LPG. Which fuel would you prefer? You may take the help of your parents. Amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is called caloric value. അതായത് എത്ര എനർജി ആണോ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് കമ്പഷനിലൂടെ എത്ര എനർജി ആണോ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതാണ് അതിൻ്റെ calorific value of a fuel is expressed in unit called kilojoule per kg. Some fuels are given here. Cow dung cake 6000 to 8000 kg per kg per kg. Wood 17,000 to 22,000. Coal 25 to 33. Petrol 45,000. Kerosene 45,000. Diesel 45,000. Methane 50,000. CNG 50,000. LPG 55,000. Biogas 35 to 40,000. Hydrogen 1,50,000. Burning of fuels lead to harmful products. Increasing fuel consumption has harmful effects on the environment. Carbon fuels like wood, coal, petroleum release unburned carbon particles. They fine particles are dangerous pollutant causing respiratory diseases such as asthma. Incomplete combustion of these fuels gives carbon monoxide. അല്ലേ കത്തിത്തീരാത്തതാണ് carbon monoxide release ചെയ്യുക. Is very poisonous gas. It is dangerous to the burn coal in a closed room. കോള് അടഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന റൂമിൽ കത്തിക്കരുത്. Carbon monoxide gas produced എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? Kill persons living in that room. Combustion of most fuel reduces carbon dioxide in the environment. Increased concentration of carbon dioxide in the environment believed to cause global warming result. Okay. For centuries, wood was used as domestic and industrial fuel. But now it has been replaced by coal and other fuels like LPG. Many rural parts of our country, that is, in many rural parts of the country, people still use wood as a fuel because of its easy availability and low cost. എളുപ്പത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നതും പിന്നെ വില കുറവും. However, burning of wood gives a lot of smoke which is very harmful for human beings. It causes respiratory problems. Lungs സംബന്ധമായ അസുഖങ്ങൾ പരത്തും. Also, trees provide us with useful substances which are lost when wood is used as a fuel. Moreover, cutting of trees lead to deforestation, which is quite harmful to the environment. Global warming is a rise in temperature of the atmosphere of the earth. This results, among other things, in the melting of polar glaciers, which lead to a rise in the sea level, causing floods in the coastal areas. Low-lying coastal areas may even be permanently submerged under water. Burning of coal and diesel releases sulfur dioxide gas. It is an extremely suffocating and corrosive gas. Moreover, petrol engines give off gaseous oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen dissolve in rainwater and form acids. Such rain is called acid rain. It is very harmful for crops, buildings, and soil. The use of diesel and petrol as fuels in automobiles is being replaced by CNG, compressed natural gas, because CNG produces harmful products in very small amounts. CNG is a cleaner fuel. The keywords are acid rain, calorific value, combustion, deforestation, explosion, flame, fire extinguisher, fuel, fuel efficiency, global warming, idea fuel, ignition temperature, inflammable substances. What you have learned? The substances which burn in air called combustible. Oxygen is essential for combustion. During the process of combustion, heat and light are given out. Ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which a combustible substance catches fire. Inflammable substances have very low ignition temperature. Fire can be controlled by removing one or more requirements essential for producing fire. Water is commonly used to control fires. Water cannot be used to control fires involving electrical equipment or oils. There are various types of combustion such as rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, explosion, etc. There are three different zones of a flame: dark zone, luminous zone, and non-luminous zone. Ideal fuel is cheap, readily available, readily combustible, and easy to transport. It has high calorific value. It does not produce gases or residues that pollute the environment. Fuels differ in their efficiency and cost. Fuel efficiency is expressed in terms of its calorific value, which is expressed in units of kilojoule per kg. Unburned carbon particles in air are dangerous pollutants causing respiratory problems. Incomplete combustion of fuel gives poisonous carbon monoxide gas. Increased percentage of carbon dioxide in air has been linked to global warming. Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen produced by the burning of coal, diesel, and petrol cause acid rain, which is harmful for crops, buildings, and soil. So that's all about this chapter. If you are interested, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.